We saw thousands of people take to the streets last night to express their sadness, grief, and dismay at the court's failure to protect their fundamental rights. For even one couple to live through one more day of state-sanctioned second-class citizenship is one day too many.
Tonight, California's same-sex wedding ban is under fire. They're ready to take the case all the way to the Supreme Court.
Veteran lawyers Ted Olson and David Boies are coming together on gay marriage.
Ted Olson, he's a former U.S. Solicitor General and a renowned conservative. He represented George W. Bush in the election case.
This case is about the equal rights guaranteed to every American under the United States Constitution.
Then there's David Boies, who represented Al Gore.
Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, and liberals all recognize the importance of the equal rights guaranteed by the Constitution.
Well, it's history in the making in California, happening right now.
First ever federal case challenging laws against gay marriage.
We're all Americans who simply want to get married, just like everyone else.
Nothing really speaks to the true commitment of two people, in our minds, as strongly as the term marriage.
There are three basic points that we want to make. One is that marriage is a fundamental right. The second is that gay and lesbian couples are seriously harmed when they're deprived of that right. And the third point is that allowing them to be married doesn't hurt anybody.
The judge in our case asked my opponent, what harm to the institution of heterosexual marriage would occur if gays and lesbians were allowed to marry? My opponent said, finally, he had to answer truthfully. I don't know. I don't know.
What we saw at trial is that it's very easy to make all sorts of statements in campaign literature or in debates where they can't be cross-examined. But when they come into court and they have to support those opinions and they have to defend those opinions under oath and cross-examination, those opinions just melt away.
Good evening. Breaking news tonight in America's national debate about what defines a family.
Up and down the Golden State, supporters of same-sex marriage are celebrating tonight.
Because California has no interest in discriminating against gay men and lesbians, the court concludes that Proposition 8 is unconstitutional.
This decision today brings Paul and I, and so many others like us, closer to that equality too.
Want to get back to the huge decision today that is taking place in California.
The federal appeals court struck down California's Proposition 8 and gave supporters of same-sex marriage their biggest legal victory yet.
The court found that Proposition 8 served no purpose and had no effect other than to lessen the status and human dignity of gays and lesbians in California.
These are our American citizens. These are our brothers and our sisters. We have got to treat them right, and we've got to treat them decently, and we've got to give them the same freedom and justice that we give to other people.
The U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear a pair of cases that could change the fate of same-sex marriage laws in the United States.
On March 26th, the court will hear the challenge to California's Proposition 8.
This is an astounding moment in American history and in the March of Rights that began in Philadelphia in the last quarter of the 18th century.
Could be a major test of same-sex marriage laws coming just months after 3 more states legalized gay marriage.
Their one sole key witness opposing marriage equality has come to our side.
The love and the commitment that we share after almost 12 years together, we want to be able to help strengthen the institution of marriage.
Once the court does hear this case and the DOMA case, that they're going to come down on the side of freedom, liberty, and equality, just as they have so many times in our nation's past.
I think it is, in some senses, the last major civil rights battle that we're fighting in this country, hopefully.
And so today, we begin the process of saying to the millions of people who are made to feel ostracized, besieged, bullied, and ashamed of how God made them, be who you are, love who you love, and marry who you wish to marry.